Okay, is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, good. I have a wild story to tell you. So, listen up. Okay, so basically, one day I was
You know,
I was
forget
gonna
about
go.
these glasses. Hold on. I'm throwing out my glasses. I don't even need glasses. Alright, go on with your story.
Okay, um, so one day I was so I was gonna go to school, right? I was gonna go to school, but I was
Uh huh.
late to school. I was late to school, but
Yep.
and my mom didn't want to drive me because she was tired from the casino last night, so I had to walk there.
She gambles.
Yeah. And then I saw a lizard there, and the lizard said, "Hey, bro, you got some Zaza?" And I was like, "No, man, I don't have any Zaza on me. I'm not like that." And the lizard said, "Look, man, if you give me some Zaza, uh, I will cover you up for school today, so you don't have to go today." And I was like, "All right, man, that seems like a good deal." So so I had to go to the black market behind the McDonald's and had to go to the trader man, whatever his name is, and I was like, "Hey, man, can I have some Zaza?" And then the trader is like, "Sure thing, dude. I got all the Zaza in in the back of my pantries. He has a bunch of pantries. Don't ask why." So he hands me the Zaza and he says, $50 for one cup of Zaza, and I was like, "That's way too expensive, man." And then the guy was like, "Well, you got to pay $50, so I don't know what to tell you." But then I get an idea. Maybe I can find $50 in Alaska. So I stole the trader's car. I went inside and I drove all the way to Alaska. And then when I went to Alaska, I realized, oh crap, the $50 isn't here. It's all the way in um China. So I had to
So
obviously
you
drive my
spend money
way.
on the. So did you spend money on the plane tickets?
No, I drove there.
Did you spend money on gas?
I drove there.
You need gas to drive.
My tank was 2%. It was fine.
How did you make it from Alaska and China?
I did it with my car.
You barely had any gas. How did you make it that far?
We see here, um, we see here. You have to save a lot. Uh, you have to save a lot on the oil. Gotta save a lot of oil in there. So I would only drive every 1 millisecond, so the oil wouldn't go down too much.
If you
So
drove
I
every
would.
1 millisecond, that's just driving normally.
well, okay. Well, listen. I was able to do it. The real reason why I was able to do it was because it was all about the friends we made along the way. Anyways,
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
yeah. Um. Anywho, and a green blue. I went to China, and then I was like, and I went to the person. I went, Bing Chilling, and then the person was like, I don't have $50. Uh, it's all the way up. It's actually in the Pacific Ocean. So I was like, crap, bro. So I went back in my car and I drove all the way to the Pacific Ocean.
How
I
did
went
you
inside the
make it that
Pacific
far?
Ocean and I saw a giant whale there. So I and actually no, it was not a whale. It was a dolphin. I saw a dolphin and I went, and then the dolphin went, bro, I don't have $50. If you want to find the real $50, you're gonna have to go to the moon. I was like, okay, crap, I gotta go to the moon. So I drove myself there all the way to the moon, driving there, and then I went to the moon, obviously, and I saw a space rock, and then and then the space rock went, dude, I don't have any $50, but you can drive yourself to Mars there. They have $50. So I drove myself to Mars, obviously, the average. And then I
How
went
do
to
you
Mars and
drive?
I saw a
How
giant
do you
alien.
drive
And
to
the alien was
Mars?
like,
How
hey,
do
man,
you drive to Mars?
I drove there. What do you mean? Okay, let me finish the story. Let me finish the story.
Sorry, go on, go on.
And I talked to an alien, and the Mars alien was like, bro, I don't have $50. If you want to find $50, you're gonna have to leave the solar system and enter the Andromeda galaxy." And I was like, "Okay." So I drove myself to the Andromeda galaxy.
Wait. Excuse me. The Andromeda galaxy. How did you even make that and come back today? That's like light years away. That is light years away. How do you do that? How did you do it in just like?
I told you, man. I told you, man. I had oil in my car. It was able to go that. It was able to do that. Don't worry. So then I went to the Andromeda galaxy, and I went on a random planet to look for the $50. And then I was like, and then I found another alien there, and then the alien was like, "Bro, I don't have $50. I know what will happen. You know what will you don't know what will help the problem if you go inside. If you head all the way back to the Milky Way and go inside the black hole inside of it." So I drove myself all the way back to the
You,
Milky Way, and then I did the most challenging thing. I went inside of the black hole. I entered inside of it.
how did you go in a black hole? How did you go in a black hole?
It's simple. I just drove myself into the black hole.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it happens. Okay. So then I went inside there and I traveled to a whole parallel universe, right? And then I was like, okay, so I think the $50 should be here in Galaxy 3.578543267. So then I drove myself all the way to that galaxy, and I went inside of another random planet. Um, and then I talked to a spacewalk there, and the spacewalk was like, "Okay, listen, man. We don't have $50, but I know how you can get the $50. So what you're gonna need to do is that you're gonna need to go to heaven and talk to God about it." So I drove to heaven,
How do you
obviously, and
drive
I
to
told
heaven? How the heck do you drive to heaven?
so then I went to heaven, right? I was able to drive there, and then I went to God and I was like, "Hey God, you have $50?" And he was like, "My child, I do not have $50. However, I do know that Satan has $50. So if you go all the way to hell, you'll be able to retrieve the $50." I was like, "Okay, bet." So then I went all the way to hell, and I was there 1-to-1 with Satan. I was like, "Hey man, I got the $50, but it's mine, so you can't do anything about it." So then I was like, "How about we do rock paper scissors?" So we went rock paper scissors shoot. Satan chose rock, and I chose UFO. And UFO took the rock, and Satan was like, "Dang it, man! Okay, here's your dollar bill." So I was like, "Okay, good, thank you." So I drove. So I left hell, and I left heaven, and I left that galaxy, and I left the black hole, and I left the Andromeda galaxy. I left the Milky Way, and
Wait,
I
wait,
wait
wait,
back
wait,
to the
wait, wait, wait,
Andromeda
wait, wait,
galaxy.
wait,
I
wait,
head back to
Swifty,
the Milky
Swifty,
Way. I went
Swifty.
back to the
I'm gonna have to intervene you on that.
what?
We're in the Milky Way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was speaking a little too fast. Sorry. While I was there, I was drinking some redacted juice. But anyways, so so obviously
Bro,
Satan
you
made a
can't just
portal.
drink. Bro, I'm gonna have to censor that. You can't just drink redacted. That is you can't drink redacted. Seriously.
Anyways, as I was saying, right? So obviously, so Satan made a portal, right? And he took me back to where I was originally, and then I went back to the black sellers man, and I was like, "I got my $50," and he was like, "What took you so long?" And then I said, "Long story." So he gave me the Zaza, right? And then when I realized that, oh crap, it's 12 a.m. The school ended. So then I went to the lizard that was still sitting there, and I was like, hey man, I accidentally missed school today. Do you think you could cover up for me tomorrow?" And then the lizard went, "LMAO, no bozo." And then he just flee from the scene. So that means I had to go all the way to hell just to get retrieve $50 so I could get Zaza for nothing. And now I have to go to and now I have to, and then had to go. And now I have to go to school tomorrow. So I did all that for nothing. And that's the end of the story. True story, man. That's it. Dum dum
um.
dum.
Uh, thank you for showing up. I think that's it for today.
Okay. Boom. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum.